Hello friends, today we will be learning how to retrieve data from multiple tables using Spring JDBC template. So let's see how to retrieve the data from multiple tables or rather joining multiple tables using Spring JDBC template. So here retrieving the data means we would like to retrieve the data as a Java object or list of Java objects. So let's have a look into this. So here I have three tables. One is employee, another is dependent, and a third one is the hospitalization. There is relationship between these tables, between these three tables. Between employee and dependent, there is one is to end relationship. Like one employee can have many dependent. Similarly, between dependent and hospitalization, there is one is to n relationship. One dependent can have n number of hospitalization record. So we need to retrieve the all the employee record along with their dependent and their hospitalization record. So here the requirement is that retrieve the list of employee along with their dependent and hospitalization record. So to retrieve the record, we need to execute a SQL and we trigger a SQL. Let's have a look into the SQL, what we need to trigger it. So most likely we will be executing a SQL joining these three tables, and this query will look like this. So in this query we are trying to retrieve all the employee object or rather all the employee information along with dependent and hospitalization information, and where the basic salary is greater than 100. This is a sample query, and if you execute this query from a MySQL workbench, you will see this kind of result. Here we are seeing 4 record, but in this 4 record there is only 2 employee, 2 distinct employee ID. Okay. Now question is, how can we map this record into the Java object using Spring JDBC template and result set extractor? So first of all, we need to store this result, or rather we need to get this result into the Java object. So to store the result into the Java object, so we need to have the bean classes and the relationship between the bean classes. Okay. So we need to have a employee, dependent and hospitalization bean. Okay. And let's go to the Eclipse and see the bean classes. So here it's clear that we need to get this data output of this query into the Java objects. We need to set these values into the Java objects, and we need to get the result as a list of employee object. We need to get the result as a list of employee object. So we need to have the necessary bean classes. So let's look into the bean classes. So this is the Eclipse project. I have created it, and I will share the source code. And here I have all the bean classes, DAO classes and service classes. So let's have a look into the bean classes. First look into the employee bean. So this is our employee bean class. Okay, it has all the attribute, all the variable to hold the data. Along with that, it has a relationship with the employee to hold the employee data. Then look into the dependent bean. This is the dependent bean to hold the data of the dependent from the dependent table. Similarly, we have the hospitalization bean. Similarly, we have the hospitalization bean. okay, to hold the hospitalization record. Now let's look into the relationship between these bean classes. First of all, go to the employee bean. So one employee can have many dependents. Okay. So what we did, we have created another class dependents. Okay. Here we have a one array list where which can store the dependent object. Okay. So now this dependents class will have a association with the employee. If I go to the employee class, you will see we will have a association. This is the dependence. Okay. And if you go to this one, so this is a employee class. It has a association with dependents class, and if you go to the dependent class, it has a list of dependent. Okay. So that way we will be able to associate it between dependent and employee. Okay. Employee will have the relationship with the dependents, and dependents will have the list of dependent. Okay. Similarly, let's look into the relationship between the dependent and hospitalization record. So we have another class hospitalizations where we have a list of hospitalization record. We have the list of hospitalization record. Okay. And if I go to the dependent class, dependent bean, here we have an association with hospitalization. We look, we have association with hospitalization. And if you go to that, then it has a variable hospitalization list to hold the hospitalization value or hospitalization record. So that way employee dependent and hospitalization are related, or rather we have the bean classes as and corresponding association to store the value and their relationship. Okay. Now question is, let's go to the DAO class. Okay. How we execute the query and populate the Java bean classes. If I go to the Java bean class, DAO class, employee DAO class, let's go to the employee DAO class. Here if you look into that, I have two methods. One is for creating the employee, another is to retrieve the employee list. Creating the employee, I am not focusing it now, but here main focus is that getting the employee list. So we will be executing this query. If you look into that same query, okay, where we need to get all the employee along with their dependent and hospitalization record whose salary is greater than 100. So we have a join query. We have a query joining those three tables to retrieve the data, to retrieve the required data. Now question is, how the output of this query we fit into the Java object, or rather how do we populate into the Java object and return as a list of employee. That is the key challenge here. Okay. Or rather that is the key learning of this video. First of all, we will be using JDBC template to execute this query, and we will use result set extractor to read the value from the result set and set into the bean classes. And if you look into the result set, let's go back to the result set again. So this is the data we will be getting it. This is the data we will be getting it. Here actually we have, though it said 4 row, but we have two employee key or two employee ID. Okay. EMP 10811 and EMP 10813. Okay. So let's go back to the DAO class again. So here we'll be executing this query. We'll be executing this query using JDBC template. So we are executing it here. Okay. And we are using result set extractor to read the record set value, to read the data from the record set. Now if we look into that, we will have a while loop. It will iterate over the record set, but we need to read the value and populate the object, populate into the object. So what we have done it here, if you look into that, we have taken three map actually. One is employee key map and employee object map. It will store employee key and employee. So here employee key is the primary key of the employee table. Similarly, we have one map to store the dependent key and dependent object, where dependent key is the primary key of the dependent table. Similarly, we have another map to store the hospitalization to the hospitalization key and hospitalization object. In this hospitalization table, hospitalization key is the primary key. Okay, so we have defined three maps. Okay, you will understand why we need these three maps very soon. Now we are iterating over the result set. Okay, first we will get the value of the employee key from this one. Okay. Then what we will do, we will check the whether this any object is there for this employee key in this map or not. Okay. If this employee object is already there, I have nothing to do. If that employee object is not there on that map, that means it's a new employee, fresh employee. So what we will be doing, I will be creating an employee object. I will be setting into the map with the employee key and employee. Then I will be setting all the attribute, all the value from the record set to the employee object. Here what we are doing, we are reading the value from the result set. We are reading all the value from the result set and setting in the employee object, and this employee object we are putting into the map. Okay, so that in the next iteration, if same employee key is there, it will not create any new object actually. It will use the same object. Okay, and why we are adding into the list? Because we need to return the list of employee. So that's why we have taken an array list. We have taken array list and we are adding the employee object to the list. Now next come to the dependent. So we will get the dependent key from the result set. Then we will check whether any dependent object in the map or not. If there is no object, means the dependent is null. There is no existing object in the map for this dependent key. So what we will be doing, we will be create a dependent object, and then we will be setting all the value, all the dependent value. Okay, we will populate all the value from the result set to the dependent object. Now I need to associate this dependent object to the employee. Okay, how we do it? So from employee, we'll take the get dependents. Then inside the get dependent, there's a dependent list. On that list, I need to add the dependent. So here, if you look into it, I am creating a dependent object, setting all the value from the result set. Okay. Now I have to associate this dependent object along with the employee. Otherwise, it will not work actually. So how do I do it? So from the employee object, I will be taking this one. I will be taking this dependents. Then inside that object, there is a dependent list. I will be adding that dependent object to that. Okay. So that's how dependent object will be formed and associated. So next iteration, if dependent key is for the dependent key, we have already one object, so we do not need to do anything. Okay, because already the dependent object is set. Here these things are required because it checks whether any with the employee object any dependency is not there or not. If not, it will associate it with a new object actually, which it will initialize it actually. Okay. Now next most important thing is that we are when there is no dependent object in the map, we are creating a dependent object, setting all the value from the result set, and then associating it with the employee. Same way for the hospitalization key also, we are reading it from the result set, then we are checking in from the map whether record hospitalization object is there or not. If it is not there, we are creating the object and we are setting all the value from the record set to the hospitalization object, and we are associating with the hospitalization object with the dependent. How we are doing it? We are doing it in this way. Okay. So we are getting from the dependent, we are getting hospitalization subject, then we are getting the hospitalization list object, on that we are adding it. So that way, when the result set iteration will be complete, you will get the list of employee object, but each employee object will have associated dependent object, and every dependent will have their associated hospitalization record. So this DAO will return the list of employee object. So we'll get the result as a list of employee object. So this DAO class will be invoking from the another service class. Okay, that's how in the Spring framework it works actually. We use service class to invoke the DAO class. So let's have a look into the service class. If I go into the employee service class, okay, what it does nothing. Just it invoke the that DAO method. Okay, it invoke the DAO method. It invoke the DAO method. Okay. Now to test it, we'll be invoking the service method from a main method or from a test class. Let's run this class. So this is our test class. So if I look into it, okay, this is our test class. So from configuration, from the employee service, okay, we are getting the employee service from the context, getting the employee service object from the context, Spring context. Then we are invoking the get employee list method. Okay, and we are passing an employee object, but currently this employee object is not used down the line. Okay, so no value of this employee object is not being used. Okay, because we are using some static query. If I go to there, actually here we are not using any value actually from the employee object or something. So as everything is static, so actually there is no value of the incoming employee object is being used. But if required in the query, it could have been something like that. If employee name like, then we could have taken the employee name from here. Now go back to the test class. So this is the test. This is the, let me go to the test class. This is the test class. So what we are doing, we are taking a employee object from the context, and then we are invoking this method. Okay, let me run it, and we are getting a list of employee, and then we are just displaying the data. We are iterating over the list of employee list and printing it. But actual cases, you can use any way, because you have the list of employee object, and each employee object has corresponding dependent, and every dependent object has its hospitalization record. So you have the data, you can use any way you want to, but here just to display it, I am just to for printing purpose, I am just iterating with the employee list object, and then just I am printing the value. Let's have a run. Run it. Run this example, okay, and see the output. So Ishi, we got the two record because we have two distinct employee, and this is the employee ID. It has this dependent, and each dependent has the hospitalization record. It has two dependent and hospitalization record of that dependent. We have another employee where it has one dependent, it has two hospitalization record. Okay. So that's how you can get the data from multiple tables as a Java object. I mean, that's how you can get the data from multiple tables using Spring, JDBC template, and result set extractor. Here, getting the data means getting the data as a Java object or list of Java object. Okay. So this is the query we executed and we got the result as a list of employee object. So if we represent the data in the XML format, how it will look? So here we can represent the data in the XML format like employee list, employee. Each employee will have a dependent, then dependent, and then under dependent we will have hospitalization and hospitalization record. So we can represent the data in this XML format also. Okay. So we are retrieving the data which can be represented in the XML format in this way. Okay. So I hope you like this video. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and leave your comments also. And I will share the source code. You will be able to download it and I will add the link into the comment section. Same thing is documented at easycodeforall.com also. You can read this document also, which is available. It explains the same example here also. So you can get the sample table structure code also. Okay, and it will be available. Entire project code will be available for download. So thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.